older than the world itself.
So everyone, today we're going to meet the great creator Zalama, and you'll also meet the creator of everything, the father of all things, the father of Zeno-Sama. So everyone, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. In a completely empty place without any trace of life, it was possible to see a being similar to the Namekians of the 6th and 7th universes. He floated in that absolute void as if in a kind of deep coma until his body began to glow, slowly awakening him. The mysterious being thought, "Where am I? How did I get here? Who am I?" He observed the infinite void around him, trying to understand his situation. Suddenly, a great golden light appeared. The mysterious being managed to see a huge golden dragon with red eyes flying through various universes, bringing back all those who had been erased. At that moment, old memories returned with force. He finally remembered who he was and why he was in that place, mysterious being reflecting. "I remember now. I am Zalama, the creator of the Super Dragon Balls, the progenitor of the Namekians, and one of the 5 strongest beings in all universes. I was sealed inside the Super Dragon Balls by Zenu himself, Zeno's father." Understanding rekindled in his eyes. Zalama meditating. This seal is weaker than ever, of course. A wish as great as bringing all the erased universes back to life that must have weakened the prison created by Zenu. This is my chance to escape once and for all, he thought as he watched the great golden dragon restoring entire universes. Gathering much of his power, Zalama entered a state of deep meditation to break the seal. After several hours concentrating strength and energy, he finally managed to free himself. The intense glow of the Super Dragon Balls faded, and each one scattered across the 6th and 7th universes. Zalama reflected, "Finally, free. I have no idea how many thousands of years I was imprisoned, but now I need to find out everything that happened during that time. Zuno. He must still be in the palace I created for him, so that's where I'm going." He flew off towards Zuno's palace, Zalama thinking, "Impressive, it's still exactly as I left it last time." He entered the palace and went to where Zuno was. Zuno, sensing his presence, quickly opened his eyes. Zuno thinking, "Who is this being? I can't access any information about him. This is unacceptable. I, who possess omniscience, don't know about someone?" Zuno asked, "Who are you and what do you want?" Zalama, "What a disappointment. The being who knows everything has forgotten precisely the one who granted him this power, and even created this palace." Zuno turned pale and completely terrified upon seeing Zalama's face. Zuno exclaimed in shock, "Zalama-sama, you are alive? How is that possible?" Zalama calmly replied, "Alive, of course. Do you really think someone would kill me easily? I was just sealed inside the Super Dragon Balls, and only now have I managed to free myself. But tell me, how could the being who knows everything not have known about this?" Zuno suffered an instant mental collapse and his memory returned. Zuno reflected, "It's strange. Now it seems I always knew everything, but at the same time, I didn't know about the sealing." Zalama analyzed. Zenu was truly careful. He blocked all knowledge related to my sealing. Now that I'm free, those who knew something about me will remember again. Zalama continued, "Well, enough of the past. I'm completely out of touch. I'll spend a few days in your library to understand everything that happened in these millions or trillions of years." Zuno bowed his head respectfully. "It's an honor to have Zalama-sama in my library. Stay as long as you like. After all, this place only exists thanks to you." Zalama asked, "Just one question. How long exactly was I sealed?" Zuno put his hand to his chin, making instant calculations. Zuno replied, "Approximately 8 trillion years. More precisely, 8 sextillion 687 quadrillion 269 quintillion 509 billion 187 years." Zalama sighed. "I really have been gone for a very, very long time. It seems I'll have plenty of reading ahead of me. And the seal? It only weakened now because the superspheres were used to restore universes, right?" Zuno confirmed, "Exactly, sir. They were used many times recently." Zalama concluded, "That makes sense. If the wish affected the universal level, then it's no surprise the seal weakened. Well, it's time to study." He walked to the library. Zalama remained there for several days, reading each book and absorbing all the events of the last trillions of years. Several facts intrigued him, especially two mortals, Jiren, who surpassed the power of a god of destruction, and Son Goku, who mastered Ultra Instinct. Zalama reflected excitedly. Incredible. Mortals with such impossible powers back then. This Jiren, and especially Son Goku, who achieved Ultra Instinct. Fascinating. I know what I'll do. I'll go to Universe 7 to meet this Son Goku. But before leaving, he realized something was missing, so he snapped his fingers and instantly his old clothes were back on his body. Now more comfortable, Zalama set off directly for the planet of the god of destruction, wanting to speak with Beerus and also find the Saiyan who mastered Ultra Instinct planet of the god of destruction, Universe 7. Beerus was lying in a beach chair, relaxing and eating pizza, while Whis enjoyed the tranquility. However, suddenly, a colossal power approached. Whis thought, what an absurd power. It rivals the 5 strongest beings in all the universes. Beerus felt it too. Beerus reflected in shock. What energy is this? It's as intense as the High Priest's. The power suddenly vanished and reappeared right behind him. Turning around, he saw a hooded figure. Zalama smiled. After all these years, is this how you greet me, Beerus? Beerus trembling, Zalama! Beerus and Whis could be seen with confused and incredulous expressions as they watched Zalama, who had just arrived with a wide smile on his face. Looking directly at his old friend, Beerus took a step forward, eyes wide. Zalama? How is this possible? I thought you were killed years ago. Zalama raised an eyebrow with amusement as he approached. Dead? You really believed that? Me, one of the 5 most powerful beings in all the universes, defeated with ease? Seriously, Beerus? Whis tilted his head, intrigued. My father, the Grand Priest, always claimed you were eliminated or something like that. So, how exactly are you still here? Zalama let out a light laugh, but one full of pride. The Grand Priest is naive to think someone could kill me. There is only one being capable of that, and he is no longer in this world. He is probably in another alternate reality. In short, I wouldn't be eliminated easily. Not even Zeno-Sama could erase me. Whis narrowed his eyes, analyzing each word. So you were alive the whole time? Why then did you disappear without a trace? Zalama crossed his arms, his aura gently oscillating. Because I was sealed inside the Super Dragon Balls, and about who sealed me, well, that person held the title of the strongest being in all the universes. The only one capable of fighting me on equal terms. He made sure that no one knew where I was, not even Zuno with all his wisdom. Beerus shuddered at this. So, the strongest being in all the universes sealed you, but why? His name is Zenyu, Zalama explained, father of Zeno-Sama himself. At the time, I only wanted to become stronger, strong enough to surpass him. This, of course, did not please him. I would be a threat to your son's reign. Result, I was sealed away. Beerus put his hand to his head, trying to process everything. Whis simply murmured, that would explain a lot. Zalama stretched his back, ending the subject. Anyway, enough about my past. What really interests me now is this so-called Tournament of Power. I heard that it was your universe, Beerus, that won, and that a mortal from your universe awakened the complete Ultra Instinct. That really piqued my curiosity. Beerus tilted his chin with restrained pride. Yes, Universe 7 won, and his name is Son Goku, a Saiyan who managed to achieve Ultra Instinct during the decisive battle. Interesting. Zalama pressed his chin, intrigued. A tournament involving entire universes. Who had this idea? I bet it wasn't the Grand Priest, and certainly not Zeno-Sama. Whis replied lightly. The idea came from Goku himself. Universes with low mortal power levels would be erased. But thanks to this suggestion, everyone had an opportunity to fight for their survival. Since Zeno-Sama was excited to see so many battles, he accepted the proposal. Zalama smiled brightly. So it was this Saiyan who came up with the idea? Great, I'll want to meet him. But before he could continue, his senses picked up something. He looked up at the small nearby forest. I see we have a visitor. Isn't that right, Grand Priest? The Grand Priest emerged from the shade of the trees, walking calmly. Whis stood still. Beerus felt his legs tremble slightly. The Grand Priest spoke. Your senses remain sharp, Zalama. Even after so many years sealed, it seems you haven't weakened at all. Dragon God, creator of the Super Dragon Balls. Beerus swallowed hard. Grand Priest, when did you arrive here? Whis, why didn't you tell me? Whis raised his hands. I didn't know my father was coming either. The Grand Priest maintained his neutral expression. Don't worry. Zeno-Sama didn't come with me, and to be clear, I'm not here because of you, but because of Zalama. Zalama sighed, almost amused. Is this how you greet an old friend? And I suggest you stop unleashing that energy on me. You remain too weak to face me. If you insist, I will have no choice but to kill you. Zalama released only a small fraction of his power, enough to make the entire universe 7 tremble. The Grand Priest maintained a firm stance, despite the overwhelming pressure. Even though you are stronger, if you threaten Zeno-Sama, I will face you, even if it costs me my life. Zalama relaxed, ceasing his energy. Calm down. I've moved past that phase. I'm not interested in Zeno, nor in his son. Now that I'm free, I want to travel the universes seeking inspiration for new creations. In his thoughts, Zalama reflected, Zeno only let me live because he wanted to. If he truly wished, he could have erased my entire existence, and I still like being alive. The Grand Priest continued, Then there's no reason to worry. But how exactly were you sealed for so long? Zalama frowned for a second. Look at this guy's audacity. Whis observed his father with some strangeness. Father, didn't you know that Zalama was sealed inside the Super Dragon Balls? No, replied the Grand Priest. I only remembered that now because of the conversation. Before the Tournament of Power, I didn't even remember the existence of the Super Dragon Balls probably Zenu's doing to prevent anyone from breaking the seal. Zalama shrugged. Zenu is always careful. But anyway, we've caught up on our conversation. Now I need to meet a certain Saiyan. Beerus, Whis, can you take me to Son Goku? They both nodded immediately. Hey guys, that's all for today. Remember, this is just part 1. Want more? Then leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Bye!